I'm Rob. This is Christopher. We're with the Yacht Experts and super excited to be on a Hanover 387. We are headed down from the Hanover facility in Fort Lauderdale to the Miami Boat Show. I'm getting an opportunity to show the features on this amazing boat. Christopher, who is our boat nerd, has done a deep dive on Hanover, who we've built a relationship with and are really excited to be representing at the show. Christopher's here to talk about the boat in general and a little bit more about Hanover as a brand, and tell us a little bit about why we should consider this awesome boat.
Well, Rob, Hanover is an established manufacturer in Brazil. They've been making boats for decades. Really only been represented in the American market for less than 3 years. And both because of the cost advantages they have with Brazilian manufacturing, along with being a little aggressive to get an entry into the American market, these boats are priced in incredibly valuable, at a very high value price point. And we're in business, even we get a little shocked sometimes at the price of a new boat.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I always say it's ridiculously expensive and worth every penny. But if you can make it a little more value-oriented, it's a nice option.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head there, Christopher.
So with Hanover Yachts, we have a really neat design, lots of features and benefits. My first favorite feature is the brand newly redesigned Mercury V10 400 horsepower engines. So historically, Mercury Verado engines were supercharged. And that was a way to make a lot of power out of a small engine block. But they have evolved to a slightly larger V10, slightly larger displacement, and buttery smooth and whisper quiet power source. I love these engines.
And Mercury is eating all the other motor companies' lunch right now. We have seen them take over the market from being neck and neck with Yamaha for years, not knocking Yamaha, but at the end of the day, at least with the customers we're seeing, their choice of power is Mercury. And these motors, as well as the entire spectrum of them, are why people are choosing this.
You know, and I like to point out that oftentimes people will go on a sea trial, and it's super exciting and fun, of course, but you really don't notice how loud those engines are until you're running 6, 7, 8 hours. And the fatigue from a loud engine kind of wears you out.
Sure.
And you don't get that with these engines.
No.
Of course, the other thing about the new Mercury engines is the super smooth, fully integrated joystick system, which is hyper responsive and easy to operate.
Yes, it is.
And of course, the autopilot and stay point or virtual anchor features that Mercury offers, all integrated with this Mercury engine package. And should it be an extra windy day, you have a bow thruster to help you out as well.
Because why not have a belt and suspenders? Using all the tools at your disposal takes that 1% of boating for us experienced boaters that can be that sphincter clenching, oh my God, I'm sorry for what I said when we were docking yesterday story, and make it so that anybody with even a little bit of practice can take a boat like this and literally thread the needle. Look like a pro, feel good, don't damage your property or somebody else's property, and most importantly, not have the stress, because we're all about reducing stress.
Well, that's what boating should be about, and you have a different analogy. I call it the marriage saver.
There you go.
There's a lot less shouting.
lot less shouting.
At docking, at a much more enjoyable subsequent day after the docking process.
No question. Interchangeability of these chairs and table kind of makes it fun and customizable while you're underway. Have it different every time you go out. The sunshade, you know, we as Americans, Floridians, we worship the sun. In exchange, the sun goes out of its way to kill us. End of the day, shade is your friend. This shade system, which opens up with an elbow as opposed to straight vertical poles going out, dramatically more robust. This is something that I can run the boat not at full speed, but at 20 miles an hour, I'm perfectly comfortable having this open, which is a really nice feature. And you know that it's not going to get jammed up. But if you have a traditional shore shade with the poles that go back and forth, it takes almost nothing for them to get out of alignment and get jammed. And they seem to always get jammed open. And when they're jammed open, you're kind of screwed, because that is going to rip off if you go at speed. So you have to idle your way home. So really a big fan of this.
Well, some of the things I like is being 6'4", I like to be able to stand up on board.
Not a problem I have, but yes.
And I can stand up both in the main helm area. I can stand up, believe it or not, at least in the initial entry into the cabin, into the head. And this is a 37-foot boat, 38-foot boat. That's a rare
Sure
benefit.
is.
So that's one of my favorites. And our captain, who's also a fellow big guy, was commenting on how comfortable he is with the ergonomics of this boat. So another thing I like about this boat is really nice walk-through access from the helm area onto the bow, with these beautiful ergonomic cushions and lounge seats, which you're seeing on video as adjacent to us as we're talking. I like the cabin. The cabin is huge. The cabin is huge. A beautiful head, and then a great place for the kids, kind of tucked under for a second berth.
With a door.
With a
shuts
privacy
it off.
door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Full bath, it's a dry head, separate glass enclosed shower. To take an express cruiser, have the features. This has a huge sunroof, and we're going to get into that feature later.
Yep.
So an electric sunroof, but the walk-through directly to the bow and the bow seating. This is something that's been around for a few years, not so much in the express cruiser. You still have an awful lot of the express cruisers where to get to the bow, you have to climb up stairs between the windshield and balance yourself up and drop onto the sundeck.
Yes.
Here we have a completely different setup, very modern, and at the end of the day, safe. It's great for kids. It's great for the grandparents. It's great for anybody that, isn't a ballerina or a trapeze artist. Again, we're talking about making it easier, making it simpler, making it safer.
Or Hanover has done an excellent job in designing their boats to accommodate American culture, because the space, the ergonomics, the sandbar life back here on this great swim platform, grilling, space, height, room.
Well, and now that's a great point. One of the questions that I get, and I'm sure you get frequently, is how many people can I have on the boat?
Oh, yeah.
And my answer is, well, do you have American friends or European or South American friends? Because if you got European or South American friends, you can have 20. If they're American friends, maybe 5. So, we are larger people by and large,
yes.
And having that space, having the accommodations, height-wise and width-wise, you're absolutely right. These are American features that lend themselves extraordinarily well to our market.
Well,
And I love the sunroof. The beauty of this boat, it is an express cruiser, meaning that it does not have a full enclosure for the cockpit, although this does have the isinglass, which fully encloses, and we do have a separate air conditioning system for the bridge, so that can be a fully climate-controlled environment, which is terrific. The opening up the sunroof, we've got windows on both sides. You've got a window that opens up to allow the passageway to the bow. It is a wide open boat right now, but at a touch of a button and closing a window manually, you can close this up so that you're protected from the elements, and if need be, put up the isinglass. If you're taking this boat out and planning to be in a August day where it's 110 degrees, maybe you want to have the whole cockpit air conditioned. You're still going to have the bow and the swim platform areas that are open. So a lot of neat options. And again, we get back to options, options, options. Give people the ability to do what they want to do, not force them into what the company thinks they should do.
And I think we'll close out by people who may not be familiar. On boats, it's not like your car. When you want to run a significant air conditioning system or a grill, you need to use a generator. And this boat is equipped with a diesel generator, which diesel generators tend to be vastly more reliable, and they deliver all the juice needed for air conditioning, grilling, and all the high draw things that we do. So I think we kind of recap this by saying Hanover Yachts has either done their homework or instinctively know the American market, especially the South Florida Sandbar Life American market, because they've delivered an exceptional product at an exceptional price.
They do. And again, I can't wait, haven't done it yet, but imagining this boat at the Sandbar with the wing open, expanding this into a full beach club. This, again, is unique. There's nobody doing this. With that open there, this is party central. This is going to be the boat that people want to be on. And at the price point, that a lot more people can be than on their competitors.
So Rob and I want to extend an invitation. Please find us at the Hanover Yachts boat display, which will be at the Miami Boat Show, outdoors in the water. We'll have the booth number on the bottom of the screen for you. And more, and just as even better, if you have a serious interest, give us a call. Set up a private appointment. It's always better, I think, to have private appointments for someone who has serious interest.
Absolutely.
So thank you, everyone. Welcome to Hanover Yachts.